Show yourself! Retreat now, Megatron! And who will make me Prime? Autobots, battle formation!
We're back at you one more time. Now, earlier this year, I was introduced to you all as B and I worked on our first collaboration together, and we brought you the Leader Class Optimus Prime and Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen. One of my more favorite toy lines, actually, because again it reintroduced the concept that was brought to us in 2007 via Michael Bay. Some of us had mixed emotions about Michael Bay's incarnation, but if you're a Transformer fan for the past 25 years like I've been, you've seen multiple storylines, you've seen multiple timelines, you've seen multiple incarnations, so you can appreciate another artist's interpretation of the same ongoing saga. Revenge of the Fallen brought us some new characters that hadn't been introduced to the Transformer world before, and it also brought us back some stuff that we've known for what seems like generations. Our traditional characters, Optimus Prime and Megatron, that we talked about. Optimus Prime being one of my favorite Transformers of all time.
Mine too.
Regardless of his different incarnations, I personally have about 57 different Optimus Primes. But I was very, very impressed with the Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. The sculpt was a beautiful sculpt. The transformation, for those of you who like puzzles, kept you entertained. And for those who like building displays, whether you pose it out in its vehicle mode or you pose it out in its robot mode, in various different action poses, it was a beautiful, beautiful sculpt. Megatron was also well done. Came out, of course, before the movie was introduced to us, so when we saw the Leader Class version of Megatron originally, we had some pluses and we had some negatives. And once the movie came out and we saw that the actual Megatron from the movie was more like the Voyager class Megatron, it kind of took a little steam away from the Leader Class version. Again, a nice sculpt, needing a few changes that could have made it a better figure, but nonetheless, nice just the same. It also introduced so many other new characters, such as B mentioned before, Skids and Mudflap via the twins. The ice cream truck was impressive, and again, going through, and I could name a myriad of figures, each of them was sculpted very well. Each of them, the points of articulation, the detail, everything about these figures were phenomenal as a toy line. As a collector, as an enthusiast, I highly suggest, if you don't have any of these, to at least pick up the movie cast. Treat yourself right. Get yourself a little something. You know what I mean? But overall, I mean, we've had all the way from More Than Meets the Eye, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Robots in Disguise Classics. We've got the Binaltech, the Alternators, the Hybrids. We've got the Leader Class, Masterpiece figures. I mean, there's just, again, a myriad of figures that have been available this year. So again, if you haven't opened your mind to Transformers, expand your universe. Go out there and get yourself some.
How about the movie itself this year?
The movie, I thought the action sequences in the movie were very, very on time. Very, very, very well done. More impressive than the first movie. However, when I looked at the overall storyline, I thought the original story had a little more substance. It was a little easier to follow, and it seemed to make a little bit more sense. So, for the first movie that came out in 2007, I was more impressed with the storyline, but I was craving more action. In the second movie, they satisfied my appetite for action for the most part. Could have seen a lot more Sideswipe. Disappointed about that. But the forest fight sequence, oh my goodness, I longed for that. I was so disappointed in the first movie when Prime makes the statement, "One shall stand, one shall fall." I was waiting for Megatron to get wore out. And then in the next sequence, I see Prime flying through the air and he's getting his butt kicked. And who saves him? Sam. I was disappointed about that. But the forest fight sequence, when Prime said, "I'll take you all on," that was what I'm talking about. As a Transformer fan, G1, ooh, that was sweet.
I agree with you, kind of that too. Again, what you saw in my previous videos, that was also my personal favorite. Again, I love that scene too. My mouth just dropped rolled, and I was cheering Prime on as he tear ass on both Megatron and his Decepticons single-handedly. Though, I mean, he had no Sam Witwicky to worry about. All he had to do was just tear it up all over the forest. And yes, like Jay said, everything brought Prime back to where Prime was made, to whoop ass and tear ass all over the place. And also, he did it again later on in the movie. And he told the father, which is Jay Lair mentioned, and also he made Megatron cry, Starscream! Like a little bitch. So
I rise, you fall.
Still, either way, Jay got some more description on how the Revenge of the Fallen movie as a whole to him speak. So how it feel throughout the movie?
Well, again, like I said, the action sequences, it kept you on the edge of your seat. One thing Michael Bay can definitely do is explosions. He can definitely bring some action to light. Again, like I said, the story could have been a little bit more organized / structured. I mean, if you go back and watch the movie several times, like I did, being a Transformer fan, you start to notice inconsistencies with the story. And so that kind of, takes a little bit away from it, but it leaves you to wonder what's going to transpire in the third and final installment. And I eagerly anticipate not only what's going to happen, but also the toy line that will accompany it.
And in conclusion on our second subject, how do you think the humans in this movie feel too, Jay?
I thought I liked the human element a little bit better in this movie because, of course, from the first movie, I liked Epps and, gosh, I can't even remember Josh. Lennox, yes, Miss Sergeant Lennox.
You mean Major Lennox?
Major Lennox. Ooh. And it was Sergeant Epps. Yeah, there you go. I liked both of their characters in the first movie. I liked them reprising their roles in the second character. I also liked Agent Sims.
He's finally stopped becoming a butthole, now turned to, helping out Seven Company.
Well, he was the guy that in the first movie you loved to hate, and then in the second movie you were cheering for him. And then, of course, you had Leo with his hair growing like a chia pet, kind of like mine is right now.
Yeah, we're going to do this pet taco. Yeah, chop his ass on the Leo. Damn, we don't give a rat's ass about that song, bitch.
But the human element in this movie wasn't bad. The parents...
funny as hell.
The parents were funny. There were some sequences with the parents that weren't necessary in the movie, but for entertainment purposes, whatever. We'll take it for what it is.
As for Michaela, a.k.a. Megan Fox, we're going to discuss the counterpoint later on, but still, how you feel how she did in this movie?
In this movie, to me, I mean, I know in the first movie they were introducing her and Sam meeting each other and getting to know each other and discovering this alien race of robots together, and ooh, everything jumps off. In the second movie, I liked that they stepped up her game and involved her more in the action sequences, her and Sam running for their lives and explosions going off here and there. She shows that she's a quote-unquote tough chick. So Sam, if you're listening, you need to keep her.
And how about Sam Witwicky himself?
Sam starts to evolve. At the beginning of the movie, you're kind of looking at him like, okay, yeah, you're going through that late teens, early 20s thing. You're kind of punking, but at the same time, we expect that from young guys. And he stands up strong toward the end of the movie, as he did in the first movie. He shows that the indomitable human spirit can overcome if you just believe, and the moral aspect of that I can appreciate.
Now, tell you the truth right now, as a movie as a whole, how you grade the movie in your retrospect? Do you recommend it or not recommend it?
Well, if you're looking for a cinematic masterpiece and thinking to yourself, I'm going to watch a movie that's going to win a whole bunch of Academy Awards, this is not the movie for you. But if you're looking for a movie that has great action, if you're looking for a movie that's fast-paced,
escapism.
Yeah, as B just said, escapism. If you're looking for that alternate reality, this is a good flick. It's enjoyable. It truly is.
Yep. Stay tuned. Me and Jay dissect the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra aspect, including Resolute. So stay tuned.